So let's do quickly 20 seconds of silence.
Sure.
And this also means you, Eric, like any slight movement that you make will be picked up on the mic. So you got to super freeze for 20 seconds, okay?
Yeah, dude. We all the first times that we did this, we just cracked up laughing. So
Yeah, fucking with my room tone. Thank you.
Yeah, we're professionals now.
Try and quietly eat a packet of crisps.
We get to like 18 seconds and just crunch.
Just like each crisp being crunched so slowly. It's like, this won't make a noise, right?
Trying to soak it in your mouth first so that it just falls.
But it's salt and vinegar. Okay, you ready?
ready.
20 seconds, is it?
Hey everyone, and welcome back to another edition of the Tales of Podcast. I'm Jan, your GM, and we're back with another session of Mutant Year Zero. I'm joined, as always, by my friends and our wonderful cast.
Hello there, I'm Patsy, and today, as ever, I will be playing Millicent Thunderchild, a factory reject, Cabbage Patch Kid, Raggedy Ann doll, and wasteland diplomat with big dreams of the future.
I'm Fabio. I am playing our group stalker, Tark, who is kind of like a I don't want to say post-apocalyptic goth. That's too reductive.
Also, that suggests like more effort than like he's able to put into his like dress. And
Exactly,
fashion.
yeah. That suggests like a choice.
But you're really thinking about that image of the stalker in the manual, aren't you? With like the trench coat and the gas mask.
Yeah, that.
I have seen that guy in Berlin on a goth night many times.
Yeah.
I mean, that's always seemed more like rave than goth to me.
It's
It's a bit more of an aggressive look,
It's a goth aesthetic that you'll see at a rave.
I suppose.
Yeah.
See, now I'm stuck with that idea because I'm like, all right, cool, post-apocalyptic goth, and then just regular goth, and I'm trying to like tie the string where like
And
they're
that voice
different.
that you can hear is
Right, hey, I'm Charles, and I'm playing Zazmataz, also known as Zaz, Zazzy, the Zaz Man, Steve Zaz in The Life Aquatic.
Okay, give me more.
Zazzy Zaz. Did you even say your name, by the way?
I did indeed. I'm just speaking so fast these
there you go.
days.
I've just been
I'm well
referring-
caffeinated.
So I've just been referring to him as Charles's character all the time.
Yeah, that's fair.
Excuse me, Charles's character. I wish to engage you in dialogue.
Yes, Stalker, goth man of the apocalypse.
Okay, do you guys remember what happened last session?
I am the Mind Walker. That
We're
sounded
all
way better in my head.
we're all still alive, so we're all
Yeah.
expert mind walkers at this point. It's
Yeah, I'm the Mime Walker. Just
great. It's an audio medium. That's not.
And we're not going to tell any of you guys what Charles just did.
no.
He was making jerk-off motions.
Yeah, pretty much. That's all I do.
No, I
Actually.
mean, I'm surprised actually. Like as a prop comic, he's always going above and beyond. He had that lead with an invisible dog at the end. He was making it like piss on the door, and I'm like, sorry, Charles, they're not going to get any of his amazing material. But you know, I appreciate it.
Oh, thank you. At least somebody does. You heard that, people from Radioland? You don't appreciate it.
Anything else to remember from last session? You visited a pretty cool Berlin monument.
Yes, the graveyard of the Glossolilian Paladins. I've been writing it down in my little wasteland notebook, and I shall soon record a poem and epigram on the subject, which I understand fully, and I'm going to bring this knowledge to the Ark, and they're going to love me for it.
It's hot.
Indeed. And we left you all after you just almost blown yourselves to smithereens in a little island of tranquility and calm in the middle of this minefield with a giant dead tree and the stench of death coming from beyond.
Uh-oh.
Ready to jump in?
Where's the stench of death coming from?
The tree.
I mean, everywhere. It's post-apocalyptic. Yeah. This is
From
just
the-
a normal
just
tree.
lift your arm up and have a sniff,
Yeah,
and
from
there
the
you
goths.
are. All right, let's jump back in.
We're all looking a little bit shredded by this point.
Yeah.
Having said that, this is valuable experimental evidence. Can I take Zazie aside for a second?
Yes.
Okay.
Millicent. Yes?
Okay, she looks up at you, sort of bleeding from various tiny glassy wounds, but with an expression of great enthusiasm. I think I'm noticing a pattern. Do you think we can see where one of these mysterious devices might be buried and recover it?
Well, hold on. I need to do calculations in my head, and don't you know that's no easy feat. But, could we? I'll start investigating.
Because they must have been buried, and also to be activated, the ground atop them must be reasonably broken, so I think I know which areas would be good to search in.
Oh, Millicent, you really are something, aren't you?
I'm really fishing for that experience point. I want to go get myself blown up for science.
All right.
Yeah, do you have something applicable that would involve, or should I just roll scout or comprehend? What do you reckon would be good for attempting to find buried landmines?
Are you attempting to identify where they are or physically get them?
Well, both. My goal is to find one, dig it up without blowing myself up, but I'll stick with finding one to begin with.
I think that what options did you give me, Scout or?
Scout, comprehend, know the zone.
So I would say Scout is probably the best option for finding one.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to use comprehend to get one out, it's going to have a very high difficulty. Because you guys have technically never seen bombs before.
Exactly, that's why it's so exciting.
And we're not talking about, 2024 bombs.
Yeah.
We're talking about future bombs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll take those chances.
Okay, any area I'm going to be probing with my spear, which is long enough that has a range of near. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Can I say you're helping me with that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Clearly.
And roll. 2 successes on Scout.
Oh, great.
So you've identified several patterns in the ground of where the explosions have been. It's very random, actually. It doesn't look like there's any rhyme or reason to it, but you have noticed that there are some places wherever the glass is kind of broken, there is a higher chance of there being something underneath, where the rain and stuff has come down. You can see places where it's being cleared away, and you can maybe spot one from where you can see something that's not ground by looking at them.
Okay, I want to start carefully digging in that spot with the point of my spear.
Let me join you.
Absolutely,
I'm jumping in there.
What are we doing? Hunting a monster? No, we're doing science.
Joe Hammett steps in
considering the damage we've all just taken, I don't think that is wise.
I'm going to look up at him with a face like Boromir at the Council of Elrond, and I say, "My liege, surely we could use this weapon."
Millicent, we are on a very small piece of land that we suspect has a very dangerous beast on it. Do you want to spend your time digging up these things when this beast could be upon us at any moment?
Yes. Sorry, was that not, were you not asking me?
Even now, it could be listening. We've already made a lot of noise.
We've probably deafened it, in fairness.
Yeah, or killed it, to be honest. Maybe it's in an underground barrow that's now collapsed.
Nevertheless, I have spent this entire time with my gun trained at the tree, waiting for something to happen.
It's kind of misty around, right? Like, the visibility's not great, right?
on the outskirts of the field, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I guess I respect Joe Hammett, so maybe I could put that on future projects, I suppose.
I commend your bravery, and yes, such technology would be of great interest for the Ark, but perhaps we should, 1, learn more about it first, and 2, face our current threats, Millicent?
She nods solemnly and
Do
looks
you
up.
all have ADHD brain?
Yes.
You guys just took a fuck ton of damage.
Yes. Yes, we all have ADHD. Yes.
The other NPCs have taken so much damage.
I'm fine. I took 1 point of damage. The acid rain was worse.
And I think I'm the only one that successfully crossed that whole minefield.
Yeah, I might have a concussion.
But also, if I get an explosive, I can then build a cannon, which would be dope.
Yeah, when agreeing with Johammed, I nod, turning my head towards you. Wink. And wave a hand as if to say later.
I smile back and I go, "Oh yes, wink," and I say it out loud.
I kick you in the shin. And then look towards this menacing tree.
I'm going to go check out the lair.
Okay.
Nice.
Anybody else going? Are you taking any NPCs with you?
I look at the boss, Johammed, and then I look at Jonats. I look back at Johammed, waiting for him to tell Jonats to back me up. Because I'm not going to ask Jonats for help.
Okay, Tark, I'll follow you.
That's what I wanted to happen.
Johammed takes like a deep breath.
For the good of the people. For the good of the people. For the good of the people.
And he steps up behind you. Jonas has his arms crossed. He's not like stepping up, but as you walk, he's like following at a distance behind you.
Gotcha.
And Johammed pulls Ariel along.
I'm not happy with how he's treating Ariel at all. I try to make eye contact with her.
She's just kind of looking down at the ground.
Figures. All right. I store that away in my grudge pile.
So you go into the big hole in the tree.
Before I go into it, I would like to look at it.
It's a big dead tree. And
Excellent.
there's a big hole, and it kind of goes down. It looks like a part of the tree underneath has been pulled away, maybe dug away, and it leans downwards.
And there's a stench coming up from it.
Yes.
We don't hear any sounds coming from it, though.
Roll me a scout.
Do I get help?
Yeah, I want to walk around and have a look as well at this tree and everything. So yeah,
Yeah, I want to be bringing up the rear, so I want to be standing behind where Tark is.
I already volunteered to I was like, yeah. Oh, Tark's looking for help. Oh.
No successes.
Oh.
It's the tunnel that goes down.
I guess we gotta go down the tunnel.
Who wants to take point?
I guess it's me.
I light my lamp.
Oh, that's cool. I could have built one of those.
Yes, you could.
So, as you guys start to go into the tree, you see that quite a huge space has been carved out underneath. It's quite a bit of soil. It goes down and down and down until actually there's like almost a natural cave of glass. Well, like the roof is made of glass and inside has been like burrowed out from dirt underneath. And you get into like a big, almost open, like quite open space. And there is quite a lot of corpses on the ground here. You've got quite old bones of all kinds of creatures. You've got these long, slender, large-looking animals with long, pointy legs. There's what are presumably dogs littered around. There's several humanoid skeletons and one person who potentially is a mutant, but there's not a lot of them left to tell.
Is there any stuff?
Yeah, we want stuff.
Sure, so you start poking around the corpses, Roll me a D666.
154.
You find in the pocket of one of the humanoids, it's like a small, not quite square, like rectangular box. It's like from very thin paper, and inside there's a few of these strange cylindrical
All right.
sticks. It feels very dry and it smells kind of somewhere between earthy and rich. Someone roll me a D66, D666.
553.
One of the humanoid corpses, there's most of the clothes are in tatters, but attached to the pants of one are these two long pieces of like stretchy material. Looks like they originally maybe went like over the body or over the arms of the person, and they're clipped onto the clothing.
Cool.
As you guys are inspecting these corpses, Johammed and Ariel are standing a little ways away. You guys have seen skeletons and stuff before, but this kind of stuff, these guys are not used to at all. And Jonat's is a little bit further out. And as they are watching you guys kind of in horror and trying to get their breath, there is this sudden horrifying snarl. And a claw comes out of nowhere, goes to swipe at Johammed, and Ariel, quick as a flash, pushes him out of the way. And as you guys all turn to look, you can't really see what's happening. Like, Ariel is kind of bent over. She starts screaming in pain. There just seems to be some kind of dark shadow. And as she starts fighting against whatever's got her, you suddenly see two red eyes appear in the dark. And Ariel yells in pain, and you see blood splatter out from her chest as whatever this black shape is kind of rolling her around, and whilst all the while growling loudly. It doesn't seem to be letting her go.
I thought you were going to get us to roll initiative.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now we roll initiative.
Is it D6 plus agility?
Yeah.
So basically the thing got a sneak attack, so.
Okay, that's an 8. 6 plus 2.
I also have an 8.
I have a 6.
8, 6.
Yeah.
And you want to roll for the other NPCs?
So we have a 5, a 2, and a 5. Gunter's agility, so that Gunter's a 9, Ariel's a 6, and Johammed is a 8.
Okay, Tark, Millicent, and Johammed all have 8. So it's up to you what order it goes in. But if we start now, because that was a sneak attack, then Gunter goes first.
Yep.
You guys have Gunter's card.
Okay. Gunter. Okay, so he is a shoot 2, 6. That would make 7. And he got 2 successes.
Okay.
And he's going to put both of them into damage, so that's damage 2 plus 1, 3 damage.
Plus 3 damage. Okay. So Gunter turns around. He's looking wildly, but Albert is there pointing. He's got a better sense of smell. He knows exactly where this thing is, and he's like barking. And he's helping Gunter line up his shot, and bam! Gives it both barrels. And then we have either Johammed, Tark, or Millicent.
Do you mind if I go first?
No,
I was
go
mostly
for it.
going to inspire you. First off, can I take my oil lantern and skim it over towards where Ariel and the creature are so we can see them better?
Yes, you can.
And then I want to use my agitator talent to inspire Tark if you are
Ooh.
going to be fighting or shooting.
I am.
Okay, you get plus 2 dice to either of those.
So you slide the lamp across. There's wild shadows going everywhere. you can still see Ariel is kind of wiggling about in the air. She's screaming. And as the light comes up, you can see now it's shining up against this huge beast. It's stood on 2 legs. It's taller than probably 2 mutants on top of each other. It's covered in this dark, shaggy fur that seems to absorb the light. And he has Ariel in its maw. He has 2 tiny red eyes and giant hairy claws.
And yeah, from the floor where I went down on one knee to skim the lantern, I shriek, go for the legs, you'll hit Ariel if you try and hit the head.
Okay, if Tark's up next then, he's going to shoot. He's going to shoot just as Millicent advised. So that's +1 base for help.
+2.
+2.
Yeah, +2 because agitator.
Excellent. Here. No successes. I'm going to push that. And I got 4 failures.
Oh, hang on. That's not quite how Inspire works. I should roll Inspire, in which I have 6 die, and then give you all of my successes.
Okay, let's do that.
Let's try that again.
And it's +2, so I actually have 8 total.
Okay, let's go back to this.
Also, don't forget your mutant powers.
Oh my god, yes.
You have so many mutant points now.
I have not forgotten it.
Okay, I give you an extra success.
Okay, and that gives me 3 successes in total. So I can possibly make him drop.
Cheat sheets.
Ah, yes. I can possibly make it drop her.
Ah, okay.
Stunts. Okay, so first of all, I inflict 2 damage. Target drops a weapon or another handheld object.
I mean, there is a mechanic for getting Ariel out of his mouth.
Oh, okay.
So basically, on Ariel's turn, she takes 1 damage per turn and has to make a force roll to break free. It's at a -2 modification, but friends can help her. Either that, or I was going to say she can use her spores, because that's using a mutant point.
All right, well then I'll put all of that into damage, so that's 4 points of damage.
In total?
Yes.
You can see the shots hitting the chest, and this thing, it's almost like it's armored. You've never seen a creature that would just soak up damage. You see blood starts to trickle, but it must have super hard skin or something. All it does is make it angry and shake Ariel even harder, and he comes down onto the ground and rakes his claws through the ground. Next is either Zazie or Ariel.
Ariel.
It's Ariel's turn, yeah.
Okay. Ariel takes 1 point of damage. She has to make a force roll to break free. It's at a -2 modification, but she can get help from friends. We can consider that the gunshots that have been set out have been doing damage, so she can get +3 help.
Cool.
Can we get the NPCs to use their mutant powers?
Yeah.
All right. So she has spores, where she's one of the abilities you can get from spores to stink so horribly that the victim chokes or suffers severe nausea. Now, for every MP spent, your target suffers 1 point of damage. Armor has no effect, but can she make herself so disgusting that the beast has to throw her out of his mouth?
Yeah, it seems in peril, spores might be suitable if you want somebody to drop you, but...
So using her grunt ability, Shake It Off, she had this first moment of panic, but she can see a glimpse of you guys as she's being shook about, but she realizes that she's actually in a very unique position. She centers herself, she shakes off some of the damage, she doesn't feel it, and then she raises up her arms and squeezes, and she lets out a horrific cloud of spores. A cloud like this biggest cloud you've ever seen her do, and she's screaming now not with pain but with anger as this thing gets a mouthful of this poisonous, disgusting thing, and it drops her down to the ground with a roar, and she thumps down to the ground. Ariel is free.
Yes.
I love that.
Now it's Zazzy's turn.
Great. How far am I?
How far were you in the room with everyone?
Yeah.
Then you're at arm's length.
Oh, excellent. I'm going to spend 2 points of my Lumen lessons. I'm going to rip off my hood, showing that I have no hair.
Your secret revealed.
Yes. and I'm going to scream at the beast, all while it's flashing really, really bright and blinding it. And I'm going to use 2 points, and I'm going to basically blind it for 2 turns, which means every time it attacks for the next 2 turns, it's going to have to roll on Scout. And if it doesn't, then it can't attack.
All right, epilepsy warning for this episode. As he is strobing.
And I whip out my pistol and shoot it.
I really, like, when I'm editing this, I really want to put some, like, synth under it.
Yeah.
No, you want Darude
Techno.
Sunstorm.
Cool.
Okay, because now it's the beast's turn.
But wait, do I shoot it? I get to shoot it, right?
I think you get 1 action, and I think that's your mutant point, isn't it?
Oh, okay, cool.
I think that's right.
You get 2 actions though, right?
You get an action and a movement.
Fair enough.
So yeah, now it's the beast's turn. He's got a mouth full of disgusting flavor, and now he's being blinded. People have invaded his home, and he is pissed. He is going to reach out for the closest creature he can find. I believe that's Johammet. So he goes to make a swiping claw attack at Johammet. You said he's got to roll Scout. Mm-hmm. What ability is Scout?
Johammet.
Wits.
No, the beast has to roll Scout.
Wits.
It's wits.
Wits.
Okay. He doesn't have stats for wits. How does that work? Oh, you roll 1,
You
don't
can
you?
always roll
Yeah.
1.
That's really what I was hoping. I was like, oh, this beast is gigantic. It's gonna have shit for wits. Let's go.
Yeah, okay. It's a 3. It's a fail. He goes to make a swipe at Johammet. He definitely moves out of the way, and he just claws the ground, but he takes up like this huge shower of earth and shite that goes waving over everyone, hitting all the wall as he roars in anger. Next is Jonas. Jonas is not in the room. He's still up the tunnel. What's Jonas gonna do? Jonas comes down to the entrance of the tunnel, but kind of keeps himself to the wall, and he's going to use his mutant point to use his acid spit.
On Tark.
Okay, so yeah, he uses his acid spit at the beast and causes 1 damage, and will continue to cause 1 damage until the beast moves. That is a full round, so we're back at the top with Gunther.
Gunther reloads his gun.
His gun.
He could also use Albert.
That's a
And
maneuver,
he's
so you can shoot again.
6 Albert on him.
He's got the attack dog skill, right?
Yeah, +2 using dog to fight. No, but he has to be fighting. So it's +2 to his fight roll. Yeah, so if he's reloading his gun, then he can't do that.
No,
Okay.
that's a reload is a maneuver. It doesn't count as your action.
Oh, it's just a maneuver.
It's a maneuver?
It's a maneuver.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
instead of moving, he can reload.
Yep.
Oh,
All
okay.
right.
So-
What's he got for attack then? I can roll it.
His attack shoot is 2, his agility is 4, and it's a +1 for his rifle.
So 7 total. There we go. And no successes.
So he reloads. He strafes to the other side of the burrow. He takes a knee to get a good shot, but as he does so, he trips over Albert and ends up shooting the ceiling, and a whole bunch of the glass starts to crack, and a whole bunch of glass starts to fall into the burrow. Next, it is Tark.
Did you want to do something first?
Oh yeah,
I mean,
Millicent or Tark
in
or
whatever
Johammet.
order. I was going to do something stupid, so if you want to go first, that's fine.
Okay.
I mean, there's a lot of blood pooling now. If you're gonna do something stupid, like, now is the time.
Okay, well, seeing Johammet threatened, I'm charging in like a lancer of legend with my spear, trying to push him out of the way, and I'm gonna St. George this dragon. Is what Millicent is up to.
So what does it look like in Millicent's head?
Well, it looks like something that would be rendered in stained glass with a sort of gleaming paladin of yore, like coming down almost vertically with a sort of long, like perfectly straight, perfectly slender, nay, phallic symbol of authority, spearing through the grotesque and filthy symbol of chaos. In reality, there is
roll first and then
Yeah.
tell me what it looks like.
In her
there's an
head,
ear-piercing screeching noise as she charges by your shins.
in her head, I imagine it looks like the mosaics from the monument.
Oh, yeah, exactly. What's she got in? Fine. Okay, that's not too bad. That's 1, 2, 3. And roll. 1 success. Can I push it anyway?
You can, yeah.
Yeah.
2 successes, 1 failure.
Okay.
And a mutant point.
What
right?
is that for a failure?
It only counts if you fail. If you fail the push roll, then any of the ones give you a point of damage.
Right. That's how it works. So you got 2 successes?
2 successes. Damage of my spear is 2, so I can do 3 total. Is that correct?
Yes.
Um,
Or you could pin it.
I was gonna say, yeah, like, could I sacrifice 1 damage to stick it in place and stop it moving out of the acid?
That's what I was thinking. So you come running forward. I think you even do this like cool slow-mo slide through the dirt. You have the spear in 2 hands above your head, and with a war cry, you kind of push your hammer out of the way whilst you bring this down and sink your spear into this big, fat, hairy paw that's in the ground, and there is a deafening, bassy rumble that shakes the whole cave.
Okay, so there's a spear sticking out of this thing, and from the top of it, like a flag on a flagpole, Millicent is whipping backwards and forwards.
But it is looking pretty worse for wear now. Like, there's big patches in the skin where the acid is burning. There's blood pooling all underneath it, and it's got 1 paw stuck in the ground. It is very mad, but it looks like it's tiring. Tark, you're next.
Tark drops his rifle and puts himself between the monster and Ariel. And he takes a swing at it with his axe. And that is 1 success and a fire on my gear. Is that damage to my gear?
Yes. Which means you need to have it repaired.
Yeah, okay. But I still get the attack. And I'll push it. I may as well push it. Push didn't work. I guess it's 1 success, which is 3 damage.
Okay, great. So you take out your axe. This creature had gotten down onto all fours, and it's now pinned there. You throw yourself in front of Ariel, and you make a huge swing, and you cleave it right across the front of the maw,
Oh, nice.
between the eyes, over the snout. And then with just the slightest of there is a death rattle, and the beast slumps down to the ground. It is dead.
Tark's left standing there with like just the shaft of his axe, the haft of his axe,
Shaft.
of his axe, and the head is stuck in the damn thing.
And with a slow squeaking noise, Millicent descends her spear like a very clumsy firewoman. Just,
We killed another monster!
we did! We slayed the beast! I'm alive!
Zazie puts his hood back on.
Tark immediately turns to Ariel to check on her.
Thanks. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. You
She's
hurt?
like got your gas mask in her hands, just trying to look through the glass. You didn't get any acid, did you?
It's just steamed up.
Are you hurt?
She looks down. There's like big puncture wounds in her body.
Oh, God.
I guess
Oh, God.
I am. And she slumps a little bit.
And he starts like scrabbling around for rags or something that he can use as bandages and looking to Millicent for help.
Yeah, I mean, she can give everyone a little TLC.
Johanna also is looking quite concerned and comes over to prop up Ariel. He takes another can of food out of his pack and gives it to her. He's like,
You be fine, Ariel. You be fine. It's over now.
I'm going to clap a small hand on Johammad's arm. And, Johammad, you shouldn't risk yourself like that. So much depends on you. We're all impressed with your courage, but I don't know. I don't like to think what would have happened if you'd been harmed.
See how Jonat's acted? That's what you should do, boss.
Johanna puts his arms on Millicent and looks you very deep in the eye and says,
I am but one man, Millicent. The Ark does not need me necessarily. Only those who are ready and able to push forward for our future.
I nod solemnly because I know that the true Lizan al-Gaib would deny being the Messiah.
Yeah, Jonatz is still just like in the hall, in the entranceway, just observing the scene. And Gunther is holding Albert in his arms because he tripped over him, and they're having a moment.
Zazie is just standing there awkwardly smiling, going like, what do you next?
Millicent comes to give you a warm handshake with both of her little hands.
No.
They're the amazing glowing man. Very nice work there.
Oh, you saw that, did you?
Hard to miss.
Damn it! I shouldn't have spent two points on Luminous. I was like, this combat's gonna go at least 2 rounds.
No, but it's good that you used your mutant powers.
Oh, okay.
Like, it's good to remind yourself that you have these super abilities.
I know. It's just luminescence is.
I mean, you stopped it from doing damage to Jahamet.
Which is great.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh no, I'm not. I was like, oh gosh, I didn't even get to my action again. No, but no, I'm super happy. Yeah. Like I've been waiting to use luminescence. It's been on the tip of my mind.
It was a great use of it.
It was a very good use.
I mean, because I'll explain a little bit now. So this is the creature that you just fought.
Oh, that thing looks cute. Can we keep it?
I think we can keep it to mount on our wall.
Yeah.
So this is like just off mic, this is a mutated bear.
Yeah.
And it has like stealth capacities.
Oh, sweet.
So like using luminescence to light it up
Yeah, it's a good
was
move.
actually a very good idea.
Yeah.
It has an ability where if it successfully does a sneak attack, it can do its jaw attack. It usually can only do claws, but if it does a successful sneak attack, it can grab someone in its claws, in its jaw, and it keeps doing damage to them until they do a force roll to get out, which means he could have still done a claw attack, but kept Ariel in his jaws. But because she managed to escape.
Yeah.
Fuck. Okay.
And I figured that's why I also wanted Ariel to go first, because if we managed to get Ariel, I figured if I was going to blind the bear, I was also going to blind Ariel. So I was like, we can't have to. No.
Yeah, and in general, all the mutant powers are like targeted, right? So even if someone's sporing all over the place, that is an action that has a target.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but narrative, you know.
Is there anything else to be found in here?
There is still some more bodies you can look over, so if you'd like to keep going, you can.
Yeah, I would like to. You said there was at least one humanoid mutant there. I would like to, A, see if it's someone I know, and B, make the proper arrangements for finding someone dead and propitiating the spirits in the relevant fashion.
Yes. You can make me a... What should we roll for this? Make a comprehend roll.
Okay. Oh, there we go. No successes.
So the body is pretty beat up and torn apart. Oh, I forgot to mention also that the bear has acid spit as well, which is why you continue to take damage in his jaws. So there's like acid that has burned away at the bodies and at the clothes. It definitely looks like a mutant because it has like a purpley green skin, but that doesn't register as any mutant that you know.
I still vote that we bring them back so that their body is treated with some dignity and not left here among these bones.
Johanna agrees.
Let us not concern ourselves with these things now. We can take them with us, and regardless of who they are, they deserve a proper funeral.
And as he scoops up the body, something falls out of the pocket.
Yoink.
And Millicent, you notice it is a small figurine. It looks like it kind of looks like a mutant or a humanoid. It's got a head, it's got 2 arms and hands and 2 legs. The arms stick out from the side, the legs stick out from the bottom. It's a very kind of strange, splayed look. It has this kind of dark, gnarled, not gnarled, it has this kind of dark skin tone a little bit. Didn't you say that yours was also a little bit like that?
Yeah.
It's got this orangey brown skin tone. It has like a huge grin and pitted eyes. And the body is like a strange, hard plastic, but it has this crazy fur hair on the top. It's like a pink fluff on the top that's half burned by the acid, but I think maybe Millicent sees a little bit of herself reflected in this strange naked effigy.
Oh, she just needs to grow her hair out a little longer, and she will be of this beauty standard identified by the ancients.
Roll me a D666.
621.
In the pack of one of the people, it mostly is just kind of like dirt and mush, but you find something. It used to be some kind of miniature of some kind of ancient vehicle. Maybe it was a model used to to look to make sure that they get out the design flaws before they fully make them. But it's pretty bright and gaudy colors. It has like a glass space where maybe some driver sat, but the front is long and has some kind of scooping device on the front.
Does it look similar to a Nissan Versa?
It does not, unfortunately.
Damn.
And Zazie, are you also looking?
Sure. 322.
In a similar pack, the pack has been torn up, and this was kind of like thrown to the back. It looks like something has hit the wall and dropped down, and you find it looks like a long piece of metal that has like a big metal chunk on the bottom. It's kind of rusted and it's bent. And yeah.
I can use this.
And I would say that whilst these guys are looking over these things, Tark, you're scanning around, and the mutant that Johammet picks up, you notice that there is something like bulging from a pocket, like in combat pockets on the leg. And as you take him out, you find an artifact.
Ooh, another artifact. Well, hey.
I feel like if you see a bulge in another mutant's pocket, it might be a spore sac, so you want to explore carefully.
So this is like a small white bottle. Feels like plastic, and when you shake it, there's something inside. It's very hard to get into. Like, you can feel the top is swiveling around, but it's not opening.
I'm going to stick it underneath my gas mask and try to, the way I would open this, with my teeth, try and jaw it open.
Can you open child safety locks like that?
I can now, yes.
Okay.
I think eventually, though, inadvertently, I'll jam it against his skull and turn.
When you manage to get, there's a lot of fiddling and fighting, you manage to get this open, and there is a strange smell that hits you, and it reminds you of when you were a child, when you may have fallen and scraped your knee, and the elder had like this box that he would take things out of to help clean. So it has this smell that reminds you of the elder.
I was gonna say it's not just medicine that comes in like child-proof bottles, so you might accidentally like unload a bunch of bleach into your face if you open it with your teeth. So I'm glad it's not that.
Yeah, luckily enough, it is not that, but thanks for that idea. I might give you some bleach in the future.
You're welcome.
This is a bottle of painkillers. Dev requirement technology 20. On eating these pills, you immediately heal all damage points that you have suffered. They have no effect against critical injuries. There are only enough pills left for D6 doses. When you have consumed them all, you must discard this artifact. I just realized how, like, in both of these sectors had so much healing, healing artifacts. All random rolls, folks, so not intended.
I gave Millicent the other thing, right?
Yeah, I've got the Fanta.
Cool, okay. And I'll hold on to this then.
What does the dev requirement mean?
It means that you have to have that level for it to affect your dev bonus, right? I forget.
So it's not like if we get our development to Tech 10, we can manufacture more Fanta, because that would be a little absurd. This is the Ark, alias Fanta Capital of the West.
Fanta and aspirin, Capital of the West.
Okay. Comprehend and artifacts. Every artifact has a dev requirement. This is the minimum score in one of the Ark's 4 dev ratings that is needed for you to automatically understand what the artifact is and how it's used.
Okay.
Yeah.
If the Ark's Dev rating is lower than the Dev requirement, you must roll Comprehend Artifact, even if the player understands what it is. If you comprehend the roll fails, you can't use the artifact until the Ark's Dev rating meets the requirement or until someone else shows you how the artifact works.
Okay, so we did that wrong for the diary.
Yeah, but
So
fuck it.
not understanding what this is, but divining that it's something important and it looks like something that Millicent should have. So I pass it off to Millicent.
Yeah, the painkillers. Okay. Can I roll comprehend on them? Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm shaking it. It's like this could be some sort of percussion instrument for ritual purposes. 2 successes.
2 successes. So here are the 2 major clues that you get. The first one is that when you smell them, you also get a reminder of when you were little, and that the elder had a stash of medicines. He taught you a little bit more about medicines. You have healing abilities.
I do.
He taught you about this and explained the differences between drugs that help and that heal. You look at it thinking, well, this could be a help or a heal, but then you look at the outside of the bottle, and in the faded ink on the label, you can just see the words, "Owie away."
And with the attitude of a close-up magician about to take the tablecloth off a table without disturbing the plates, I hold it out at arm's length, push the cap down, swivel it off calmly, take a little bow, put it back on.
Can you take it off now that Tark has mangled the lid?
That's a good question.
Well, Mangla, in my experience, in my vast experience, chewing on these things doesn't get you anywhere, and it certainly doesn't damage them.
Okay, so Jonats comes in and he's taking off some of the claws of the creature.
That's what I wanted to do, too.
Well, I was going to ask what we do. Do we butcher this whole thing here, or do we carry it back?
I would carry it back.
What? It's very
Very
heavy. Google me how much the average brown bear weighs and double it.
I mean,
No,
we're
sorry,
looking,
the average grizzly, yeah.
I mean, we're looking at more than a ton, right? It's
Can you fix my axe?
Yes.
Zaz, Mataz. You fix this axe, please.
Yeah. It'll take me a little time, though.
That's okay. I got nothing else to do.
You can butcher it here, though, and Gunter is going to be able to help you with that pretty well.
Cool, yeah, let's butcher this thing.
okay, males weighing 389 kilograms, females weighing 207. So, yeah, somewhere between 400 and 800 kilos.
It's 800 kilos.
Okay.
Big boy. A brown bear is the same as a grizzly bear, right?
I don't know.
Like, we discussed this, like,
It's 800
last campaign.
It's 800 kilos.
I want the skin of this to make a cloak.
Sure.
Swag.
I don't think anyone's going to fight you on that, although Gunter does come over and he says, Can
I have a piece of that?
you can give me some of that.
Oh, yeah. I only need enough for a cloak. I'm pretty skinny.
Albert needs a new coat.
Oh, okay, yeah. Hey, Albert. We're going to be coat buddies.
Ruff, 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 ruff.
So, Jonats is taking some trophies, like some teeth and some claws, but doesn't bother you guys about taking the fur. You guys are going to take a couple of hours to butcher this whole thing. You can maybe drag it outside if you want.
Can I keep the acid sacs that it has in its mouth, or to use for my jury rigging at a later stage? Now, it's not mechanical, so if you're like, nah, that's not your area of expertise, I'm totally okay with that.
I would say if you've got something to... I don't think that you can keep the sacks because they won't stay fresh.
Yeah.
But if you've got something that you can put some acid in to take with you...
No. I do not, I'm afraid. Yeah.
What about when you drink some water?
What about it?
You'll have a container.
No,
Not an
I don't.
acid-proof container, right? It would need to be glass, and while there's
No.
lots of glass outside, there's nothing cup-shaped, presumably.
Yeah.
Jonats takes some acid, though.
Oh, yeah?
He's an acid boy.
Oh, yeah. What, he just sucks it up and just...
Yeah, then his acid sacs are full again. It's gross.
He's very excited about finding other kinds of acid to learn about.
to mix them out. All right, cool.
And like, if you guys want any teeth or anything, like, his mouth is full of acid, so you would have to ask Jonats for that.
Oh, I'm good with the cloak. Can I eat again to heal, or can I only do that once per day?
You can eat as much as you want, but you would have to cook this meat.
Oh, yeah.
Only Gunter could eat this meat raw. Because he's a corpse eater.
Oh, yeah, no, but I have grub, so I...
Oh, yeah.
But you need 4 hours to heal. So it's not like you just eat. You need to, like, rest for
It's
4
going to
hours.
take us a while. It's going to take Gunter a long time to butcher this thing.
Yeah, we
Alright.
could take a triumphant little break, have some delicious cat food.
Well, then I'm
But
going to
also,
fix
let's
your
just
axe.
see what time it is. Let's say you set out at like 8 a.m.
Yeah.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4. It was already 5 p.m. when you got here.
We should probably spend the night here.
Looks like you might be spending the night here.
Well, then let me fix the axe.
Okay.
Now, with pieces of rock and whatnot I have. And since I have Tinkerer, I get a +1 for fixing, which I really like.
But you can take tendons off the bear.
Oh, yeah. Wrap it up.
Yeah.
Give it that little extra je ne sais quoi. Wow, I failed everything, so I'm going to push it.
Push it real good.
Oh my god, I failed at everything again. I'm sorry, I can't fix your axe.
Do you hurt yourself trying
Actually,
to fix
if
it?
you fail at fixing it, you check it because I think,
I think, yeah,
you
it
may
may-
damage it or break it.
I made that. Yeah, that's true. Can I push it as many times as I want?
I'd have to look it up. Looking at it now. In the meantime, whilst I'm looking this up, you guys also just wanted to, like, maybe you drag the corpse outside. Do you drag the corpse outside? It's very heavy. Maybe Gunter butchers it indoors and starts bringing, like, meat up and fur up and stuff like that.
Yeah, like there's at least one lamp burning inside, like one ration of booze keeps it going all day. So.
Gunter is not super used to much mutant companionship. The dog handlers are usually more comfortable with their dogs, but he doesn't seem opposed to your presence if you're planning on staying.
Yeah, I mean, I'm always keen to learn more things. I think I might want to stick with him and observe the anatomy of this strange creature and, see what I can learn about it. Just the world is a fascinating place. If he doesn't mind me being there, I will sit and take notes.
You can only push once.
Yeah?
Yeah. I didn't get any critical failures though.
Then you should not. Then you would not have damaged it.
Oh, I wrote it in my notes here. So gear, if you get a 1, the gear decreases by 1. Can be fixed by gearhead. It takes them 2 hours and a successful jury roll. Success, it's fully repaired. Fail, permanently reduced to the current level.
Oh, I don't know what the current level is.
Well, how much damage did it do to it?
It took 1.
Then it's permanently reduced by 1.
Gulp.
But it was a scrap axe, right? You can make
Yeah.
another one.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, can I? Are there any claws or teeth left?
Yeah, I'll say that Jonats took, like, the front claws. I guess he left. He couldn't carry all of them, so there's 8 claws left on the back.
There might be a large shoulder blade that you could potentially sharpen.
Oh yeah. Yeah. How you feel about having a bone axe?
That sounds pretty good. I'm feeling pretty good about it.
All right, let's see if I can build you a bone axe. I can build you a bone
Hey!
axe. I rolled less dice, and yet I got a success first time. Here we go. So I come back to you, and I'm like, "Hey, Dark. As you know, your axe was broken, and I tried to fix it, and no matter how much I tried, I'm really sorry to say, but your axe is gone. But I did manage to build you a new bone axe.
Yeah, he doesn't make much noise, but you can see his eyes through the gas mask that he's pretty happy about this.
Nice.
And looking at you with a renewed sense of respect, I think. It doesn't last very long, but
No, yeah, exactly. The contentious relationship between Tark and Zaz is one of peaks and valleys for sure.
Well, Millicent's impressed. You get
Yeah.
a tiny one-woman round of applause
Yeah.
from over in the butchering corner.
Oh, I love it. It's a lot of peaks. No, it's a lot of valleys. It's a lot of flat, just like, oh, I don't know about this guy, but hey. Millicent's approval though, huge in Zazzy's books.
Well, why don't we have, like, a scene each, maybe with one of the NPCs, as we close out the night?
Nice.
If Millicent is with Gunter, so Gunter is kind of the devourer, as it's known. You actually recognize now from one of Tark's drawings, and he called it the devourer. It's kind of laid on its side. The stomach is being completely split. Gunter is kind of hunched down. He's got you like asking you use your spear to hold the flesh up him. I'm going, here, cut it here, and take this out. We don't need this. We don't need this bit. No, this is a bad bit. Oh, you see here. It's got a lot of the rot. Has a lot of the rot. You're gonna have to cook this good to get out the rot. Yeah.
Well, perhaps that bit can be for you.
Well, all of this guy is gonna be full of rot. Everything full of rot. We cook it. It'll be fine. Me, I don't need it.
Do you think you can maybe help any future hunting parties identify that sort of thing, like know what's good, what isn't? Perhaps you could give a small workshop when we get back to the Ark.
What's
I think you could make yourself very useful.
What's workshop?
That means you explain to other people what will poison them and what won't. I'll talk to Johammed about it.
I have to talk to people.
You just have to show them. Maybe I can help you. I could be your eyes and mouth. Listen, Gunter, I want to make things good for you, and I think you can make things good for us.
Yeah. Yeah. He kind of gets a bit of a, like, from the holes in his hairy face, his eyes get like a little bit of a little twinkle as it looks off into the distance, thinking about maybe he could be a hero of the Ark.
Yeah, overcoming my personal disgust at his musk and appearance, I give him a little affectionate scratch on the greasy back of his anorak.
And I think with that, he feels a bit more keen now about explaining to you all the bits of the bearers and how to properly skin it. And as he's taking out chunks of meat, he's putting them he's unwrapped his oil skin and he's loading up the meat on the oil skin and he's giving it to you to drag up to the surface.
All right, bit of hard work never hurted anybody.
Can Tark cook some of the meat?
Yes, absolutely.
So he's going to make something special that Tark taught him how to make. It's Tark stew.
Special.
Everyone knows about Tark stew. He really hopes he got the recipe right because he's using the wrong meat and he has none of the other ingredients.
Wait, did you say that the meat has rot?
All meat has rot.
Just got to cook it out of it.
Yeah, but you need the talent zone cook to cook the rot
does that
out.
not just make you better at it?
You've mastered the art of cooking contaminated food from the zone well enough to purge it from the rot. You can also purify contaminated water. Roll know the zone. Every success roll purifies D6 rations of grub or water.
Also, it's early days in our experience of exploring. What if we just think it's safe, eat it, and get some rot points?
Take the rot. Yeah.
What is it? What is it you have to do to get rid of rot? When you are back in the Ark or take refuge in some other rot-free area, 1 rot point will leave your body every day. If you wash your body in clean water, half of your rot points, rounded up, go away immediately. So, when you are contaminated by the rot, there is a risk that it will stay in your body forever. Every time you're about to lose 1 rot point, roll 1 base die. If you roll a 1, the rot point stays and becomes permanent. So, you can eat this meat.
Tark stew for everybody.
When we get back to the Ark, you'll have to roll to reduce your rot point. Also, you're spending a night in the zone. This is a low rot level place, so you'll gain a 2nd rot level from being out there for a night as well.
All right.
But then you can decontaminate in the Ark.
Okay, so we're taking 2 rot points for eating and being here.
But we get some grubs, so we heal.
Yeah. So, Tark puts a lot of care and attention into cooking up this stew. He has a pot with him, that he produces from somewhere that he cooks this in, and he believes it's got the pot has the flavor in it. He's just putting he's just bulking up the stew that's already in the pot, and
I think Ariel maybe goes around and tries to find plants around the tree. There's not a lot, but maybe she's trying to find some kind of roughage that might add flavor. Because probably the Devourer is not going to taste great.
Yeah, he makes a big deal of whatever she brings back.
Oh yeah, this is perfect. This is you know the recipe as well. This is amazing.
I think this might taste okay, maybe. has a smell.
Yeah, my favorite sorts of herbs are always covered with a fine misting of powdered glass from the
And possibly radiation from all of the bombs.
It's cool, no worries.
And so after all this time, he puts it into. He has one bowl. The rest he'll have to make do. And he fills one bowl. He cools it off, and then he brings it over, and he very gingerly hands it over to Ariel.
You should eat this. Your heart.
Oh, smells just great. Thank you, Tark.
And he just shuffles backwards away from her, kind of bowing nearly.
She looks at you kind of quizzically.
And then he looks around to make sure Jonas isn't looking.
Jonas, you don't know whether he was looking, but he's kind of sitting up on one of the big roots that are sticking out of the ground, and he's sharpening one of the, he's cleaning and sharpening one of the devourer claws.
Tark is thinking about killing him as he sits down beside Millicent and kind of like shuffles over beside her.
Yeah, she's got like the blanket you gave her earlier, and she's folded it up, and we can both kind of sit on it.
You okay, Millicent?
Oh, feeling a certain sense of accomplishment. Once my heart stopped thundering, it felt pretty good.
You were very brave,
Oh, well, that means a lot coming from you.
but it was risky.
Oh,
Take care of yourself.
no, I shall. We take care of each other, isn't that right? And I nod over at Zazie, wherever Zazie is, and pat a small corner of the remaining blanket.
And Johammett, nods.
Yes, Millicent, that was extremely brave.
My face turns into a little blushing fox mask, such as one might see in an anime.
And what's Zazie up to?
Just
working on the axe, or?
Yeah, probably with that little interaction we had before, and then yeah, I think Zazzie's just gonna find a corner. Zazzie's probably feeling a little bit embarrassed that people have seen more. Did you call me a light bulb head?
I think I called you the amazing glowing man.
Yes. So Zazzie's got this plastered, as always, smile. And he's just gonna find a corner once he's finished fixing the axe, and he's gonna praise and get some shut eye, I guess. Yeah. Oh, and definitely enjoy the rot infested meat.
Oh yeah, I assume our food standards are not high. This is at least fresh, even if it's also possibly poisonous.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'd say, yeah, and it's hot as well, right? So feels good.
It's hot, it's brown, and there's lots of it.
So as you sit on this little island now of safety amongst all of this destruction in this big open space, you smell the cooking meat, which regardless of whether it's rotten infested or not, smells great after such a heavy day. And you look up at the twinkling stars and who knows what else is out there, as you all have a little relaxing evening.
Nice.
Early next morning, dew is heavy on the ground as you pack up your gear and your prize kill. So, what is the trophy you're taking back? You're taking a head? Or?
Skull, yeah.
Yeah.
And we've got a load of meat. Mm-hmm. And we've got the fur. Yeah, I'm carrying on my back.
With the fur. Ariel insists that she carries the fur for you.
Okay. Oh, for me? Mm-hmm. Oh, I try to, every 5 minutes I'm like,
That's so heavy. I can carry it.
She has strength of 5.
she's much stronger than
She's
Tark is.
extremely strong, yeah.
Until eventually I go,
Oh, okay.
Can we have used Jonat's acid to peel off all of the meat so it's just the skull?
I mean, you have to ask him nicely, I guess.
I can ask him nicely.
Yes.
I don't hate donuts.
Yes.
So you want basic... I mean, you could also just boil the skull, but...
Well, yeah, but I want to include him so that, as I keep saying, he doesn't kill us in our sleep at some point.
I've also never had skull broth, so, you know.
I also don't think that Jonas has anything against the rest of you. I think he just doesn't like Tark.
Yeah, everybody likes Millicent. She's a pillar of the community. Okay, so I'm gonna just sort of come up to him as we're, sort of preparing. Gonna butter him up a little bit. Jonas, I don't believe we know each other. It was remarkably impressive the way you have a ranged weapon coming out of your mouth. That's crazy. That's powerful stuff to affect such a beast. What do you think it could dissolve the flesh on this head so we could have maybe a memento of this wondrous occasion?
I see. That's how it is, huh? This beast was, in some ways, a brethren of mine. To have found another that also has this amazing ability to make such a deadly compound. As you saw what it did to its prey, it's very capable.
And makes eye contact with, or looks at Tark
very capable of extreme bodily damage. So I'm sure that if it could do it, so can I.
Okay, having thus lured him out, can I roll sense emotion to work out what this guy's deal is?
Sure.
Okay.
I think it's an opposed roll usually, but I can't be bothered looking it up.
That's 5 and 2. No successes. I'm going to push it. 2 successes. Okay, what am I reading on this guy? What is between him and Tark? What are his intentions? And how riled up is he? Is it resentment or is it scheming?
He has, as much as he does seem to have a great degree of venom for Tark, he's not
Oh, pun intended?
He's not explosive about it. He's very cool. He's very calm. He's very collected. There's not a sense of mass murderous intent or anything like that, but he's definitely has a sense of, I don't like this guy and I don't trust this guy. I guess that's how I would describe it mostly.
All right. Yeah, does he agree to strip the skull for a trophy?
He does, yes, but I would also say he asks
what do you plan to do with it?
It's to remember the great deeds we all did here. Don't you want people to be impressed with us when we get back?
That we all did? We could mount it at the assembly point.
I think we could do. To remind people both of the dangers of the wasteland and our ability to master it.
Yeah, why not?
And he also makes a little carving in part of the skull and tagging it.
Nice. Yeah, I'm impressed with the acid spit. It's, remind me not to get on your bad side.
Now, it's a new day. Do we get another mutation point?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. What strength is... Because if he's 5 or less, I could make him burst into flames.
Well,
I'm not going to do that, though.
I was going to say, he's recovered most of his hit points now, and he's stronger than you. Ready to set off? So you delicately tiptoe your ways back through the minefield, and Yohammed is carrying the corpse of this unknown mutant, over his shoulders. You all manage to get through safely now that you've found a path through. And it takes you a couple of hours, but you make it back to the Ark.
Huzzah!
Okay, I'm calling that area the crystalline gauntlet of the ancients.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Let's see. You get back to the Ark. This time it's different. There's a whole bunch of people who have been sat waiting, looking out from the few walls that you have, because those explosions rocked the zone.
Yeah, they carry over a distance, I guess.
And a lot of people were very certain that you weren't coming back. So when they see you start to emerge from the tree line, there's a whole kind of murmuring and then huge shouts and cheering. as you go around onto the walkway that comes up into the Ark. There is a massive crowd of people that are here to cheer you on and celebrate.
Tark was looking forward to returning back and like being hailed as heroes, but now that it's happening, he just wants to get back to his boat. He does not want to be here. He's had too much time with Ariel. He's completely overwhelmed by the whole thing, and yeah, as soon as possible, he like disappears into the background.
It's like over-socialed.
Yeah.
I think it's going to take him a little bit because there's a whole crowd of people here that want to thank him. There's voice of people like, we're saved, our lands are safe again, the beast is dead, we can forage again. Oh, finally, maybe we'll eat tonight.
Seeing your agitation, Millicent is prepared to tank socially.
And they see Jonathan. I think Jonathan is carrying the head over his shoulder, and he puts it down triumphantly, like in the middle of the meeting point, and like raises his arms like with his fists.
Yeah! Victory!
Son of a bitch.
Zazie is eyeing that skull because Zazie also wants that skull to make bone armor. Now that he's figured out he can build stuff with bones.
Belongs to the community, Zazie.
God damn it.
Yeah, Tark is so angry, but like he doesn't have it in him to confront him at this point. He just wants away.
Victoria is like leaning up against a post, watching everything just with like calculating eyes. And as Johammet steps forward, there is a hush in the crowd as he raises his arms and points to some of the scrap that you found and the meat in the bag.
Look! Bear witness to what we can achieve when we band together. We struck out into the zone and returned victorious against the beast. This is an historic moment and a sign. We must continue to venture forth and step bravely into this forgotten world. Put away our fears and push ever forward into the zone.
Hear, hear.
And into our future.
He's a bit much, isn't he?
Yeah, but he's got something, you know.
Well, Millicent is also a bit much, so is on board for this.
So Tark, you eventually slip away when Johammet starts making this big speech and everyone is getting really, really riled up and thinking, maybe it's possible, maybe we could. You slink away and you head towards your boat. Mm-hmm. When you get there, your trap has been triggered. So I'm going to need you to make me a roll now, Tark, to see just how effective your trap was.
Well,
let me
what's
see.
What's it going to be?
I think it will be a scout versus a sneak, but I'm putting your scout at a -1 because you do not have the jury rig skill.
So I'm rolling scout for the efficiency of my trap?
Yes. So basically scout is for spotting people sneaking. It's the best thing that I can, it's the best that I can think of to do it, so. But I'm going to give you a penalty of -1.
I got nothing.
Ooh.
Okay.
But like I was only rolling 3, so there was no way I was ever going to get into that.
Mm-hmm.
The trap's really more of a deterrent. You should have a big sign saying "Do not enter, risk of death." Then you don't even need a trap.
So you notice that the trap is sprung, and absolutely, indeed, your lifeboat is actually it's a little askew.
Fucker, I rush inside.
It looks like a bomb has hit inside. Half of the drawings on the wall of Tark have been torn down. Everything is turned upside down. Little trinkets of yours are broken. Things have been shredded. Everything, if you had a little chair or something like that, they're all broken.
I go searching for Jenna.
Wait, before that, what about the book? The diary?
Is it gone?
Diary's gone.
No!
Scene!
Motherfucker.
Final note, as Millicent is walking away from the happy crowd, and at the same moment as a big no is ringing out, she sees that the trireme has sunk because it was badly built. And on the other side of the arc is going, no!
Please collect the underwear so we can sell for scrap.
Yeah, over the credits, it's just her like floundering about wailing, trying to save something.
Love it.
Excellent. Well done. Thanks.
Thanks for listening, folks. If you enjoyed this, why don't you leave us a review? It'll help spread the word and allow others to find us too. If you have any comments, questions, or just want to get in touch with us, you can. We're currently between social media accounts right now, but we do have a shiny new YouTube channel, which can be found at Tales of Podcast Berlin. We also have a Ko-fi account. If you'd like to support the pod with a donation, buy us a coffee, or just send us a message there, you can find us at ko-fi.com/Tales of Podcast. This week's Tales of Podcast crew is Charles as Zazie, Fabio as Tark, Patsy as Millicent Thunderchild, as well as co-producer and resident doodler, and myself, Jan, as your GM, audio designer, and producer. All music and sound effects used with permission and may have been edited or modified for use. Details and links can be found in the show notes. See you next episode. Did you sacrifice or risk something to reach your big dream?
Does attempting to tamper with ancient landmines count?
What's your big dream?
Make the Ark a place of knowledge and culture.
Yes. Yes.